I saw both of you tweeted, what you both went through, and I reached out. Thank you so much for coming. I know that this is a very, dark place, and sometimes you don't want to, relive those memories, but you guys, opted to speak on it, and I must applaud you because this is a step. So I just want you to introduce yourself, name and everything, and we can get into the topic.
Right. My name is Trixie. Get into it. So I was sexually abused from primary school, grade 6, by a family member. And that went on straight until grade 9. I didn't tell anybody. It was heavy, but I still continued living like a normal teenager. So continue going to school, acting out. But in primary school, it's like when somebody touch you and you don't know the type of touch it is. It's like, oh, it's nothing.
Right.
You understand? But then when it continues, you're like, but this is not right.
You're right. This is not normal.
This is not normal. And then when you tell them this is what really hurts me up to this day, that my friends was like, I don't understand how you still talk to your mom. When I tell my mom that this family member touched me, she's like, oh, it don't mean anything. They're just playing with you. I'm like, this is not playing. This is not playing. And it was really, really, and it continues. I never say anything, it just continues until I reach grade 9. I'm adopted. I went to the country with my adopted mom, and her brother-in-law, one night before she was leaving the island, and I was in the living room with her brother-in-law, and we were watching TV. Everybody went to bed, and we were just, me and him, we were just watching TV, and he started to touch me a certain way. And I was like, brush him off. And I'm like, don't touch me. And he was like, doesn't mean anything. Come on, man. I know you're having sex and all. I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, I know you have a little boyfriend. I was like, no, I don't. He's like, come on. I was like, no. And I just feel him just grab my mouth, cover it up, and he whispered in my ears, do not show, don't say anything. They say anything, this is the end of it. I was like, shit.
And at what age was this?
Grade 9, I would say I was like
about 15.
14, 15. No, I left high school when I was 16. So it's around 13, 14.
So after you got molested by this family member from grade 6
to grade 9.
But then you got adopted.
I was adopted when I was a baby. So growing up, I know my real mom and I know my adopted mom. I migrated to the States with my adopted mom, and that was the worst thing ever. Because growing up in the States, her husband didn't like me. So he would mistreat me, tell me that, oh, you don't want me in place, we need to go back to Jamaica where I come from. And I was like, oh my God.
So after you got molested by this family member, her brother-in-law, you said it to her.
I know she don't know about it.
Oh, she doesn't know?
She doesn't know.
Wow.
Because if I tell her, I know that she's going to go to her, like, she's going through a divorce right now. So she goes to her ex-husband now. It's going to cause a whole heap of things.
Kind of words with you.
Yeah, and I really don't want it right now. And I haven't said anything to her. For that case, I haven't said anything to my mom either. So she doesn't know. She only know about the family member.
Right, so it was a family member plus
my mother. Right.
Wow. And so your mother knew about the first case?
She knew about the first case.
And she didn't do anything?
No, how she knew about the first case was in 2017. Yeah, the story is very long. But in 2016, I got really depressed. Like really depressed. To the point where it became suicidal. Go to the back of a house, get a rope, put it on the guinea tree, get a crate, so I can hang myself and all these things. And in 2017, January 2017, after the New Year's, I got a horrible anxiety attack where like death actually flashed through my eyes. I actually see death.
Right.
And my doctor was like, Arlene, I talked to her and she's like, Arlene, go to UA. Don't know what to go to UA about. She gave me a letter and said, I have a really nice doctor. He can help you for whatever. So I'm like, Arlene, cool. Didn't know that it was for Ward 21.
Oh.
So because I was suicidal, depressed and suicidal. So it's expected for me to go to Ward 21 because you reach a point where I'll take no spot bus from Kingston to Mobile where I was going to drill myself. I stand up on the sidewalk waiting on a truck or a bus. Say I'm gonna walk in front of it and just kill myself. That's how far it reached. So I was into Ward 21 for around 2-3 weeks. That's how far. And that's how she knew about the family member. My mom knew about the family member.
And at that time in 2017, she
still didn't do anything about it.
She just pushed aside.
She just pushed aside and we just move on like nothing happened.
Did you speak to anyone about like during this time? Did you have anyone that you can speak to? Tell that this was
no.
The reason nobody.
How did you cope? How did I cope? I go to party every weekend. Going to party every weekend. Drinking, getting drunk, smoking, having a lot of sex. Even though you're being sexually abused.
Hypersexuality is a common thing after sexual assault.
So having a lot of sex, it feels like, alright then, this will take away the pain or everything.
When you're in control, yeah.
Yeah. So that was how I cope with everything. But I was dying. I was dying. I was like, God, why am I still there? From grade 6 to high school, and then after high school, I was dating this guy named Rico. After my 22nd birthday, me and my friend went out to Palisades, and we're there with him and his friends, and as it struck midnight for the next day after my birthday, his friend raped me. And I'm like, what? I'm like,
his friend raped you. So where was he in this moment? Like, which part in the day?
See, I love the sound of the waves. So it was nighttime, and you know when you sit down on the B-side and you just listen to the wave. Yes, I'm just trying to. And I was by myself.
Is your man problematic?
Can I tell you? Still I'm by myself there enjoying the little wave and the little liquor that I have. And I vibed and just, do come over. Dude was like, it's a long time me I pre you. I say, alright then cool. That's nice. When I pre you though, I'm like, you look sexy. I'm like, there with you. I said, I'm in a relationship. One, like, I say one bird can fly upon one wing.
Right.
And right there, and but just, when man handle you, like a man strong and man just grip you and just, it was.
But your boyfriend was there?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't there at the time?
He wasn't. And then when I told him, this nigga, this is why I say men are trash sometimes, This nigga is going to say, the only reason, he said, he didn't rape you. Just said that you were cheating on me. Why he said that? I was like, wow.
All right. And So this happened after 22nd birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any help afterwards? Like, have you been getting help? Have you been speaking?
I talk to friends.
Okay, talk to friends.
I talk to friends, but like some friends will just say,
Oh, hush.
yeah. And it's like they don't really too understanding because
They
haven't gone through it. So I had to be going through it by myself. And at that time, my current best friend, which is Denise, I didn't meet her.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know her for years, but we weren't that close
Right.
for me to go to her and say, Denise, this is what happened. I need your help because if I know for a fact that if I did go to her and said, Denise, she would have actually stood up. No, she would have stopped, but.
And this is the reason I did the mental health episode of Zane. And you see, in this case, I mean, therapy can't negate what happens at all. Therapy can't erase what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But, we need to normalize therapy because at least you would have not just a friend, but a professional to vent to. And, they can get the help that you would need. Because you going through all of that. You it goes to all that and the suicidal thoughts and everything. Trust me, therapy, I can tell you.
It works.
It really works.
It works.
Actually, I want you to go into the story.
Wait, before I go into that, I wanted to talk about the fact that there's stigma against therapy and the fact that it helps our abusers get away with a lot. The fact that we don't speak up about certain things and we don't feel comfortable talking about it because we're gonna feel ostracized or whatever. Our abusers get away with
A lot. And they walk on the road like saying,
freely.
They
walk freely like them never nothing. And
they're the nicest people
I'm gonna say this
outside.
on the radio show, You see, sometimes too, some of these mothers too, you know what? Some of these mothers are now wicked, because you can't have your daughter or son coming to you, no matter who the fuck is this person who did this. You can't have your child that come to you and tell them something, and you're going to, oh no man, that never really mean nothing, man.
No, but how can you in yourself sleep beside a pedophile or a rapist every night like nothing is wrong?
You're wicked.
How?
You don't have the heart and you're not say even gate when I ask Christ. I mean, you want to try to get God in night, but for this to happen to your child, and you sit down and you feel like,
but
oh no.
These mothers, what I realize with these mothers, them in love, that them blind by it, them say, them not gonna really do this to my daughter.
No, the thing is that
my daughter, him not, it's just like, him not gonna do it. I'm not see man do it.
You might try living in denial, but your child come first. Because let me tell you this, I have sisters, and I live with one sister, and she's 18. And if the boy feel the need, I'm telling you this, man, anybody want to watch this and say nothing. If my sister supposed to come to me today and tell me that this happened to her, I find you. I tell you, look at the camera, I find you, I find your family, I find anybody who you love, your daughter, your mother, your family, the business. Because I can't imagine. I can't imagine what you went through, and you got to this person who you think that this person is a safe haven. Yeah. Somebody who's supposed to have your back through whatever it is. You could have in love look more. All if you tell her say it's the Prime Minister of Jamaica do it, and she feel like say he would never
do such a thing.
Listen to what your child is saying.
I have a son and he means the world to me. If he came to me and said, oh, somebody slap him, like even now, at his little age, I'm going to that person.
Exactly, so imagine something as traumatic as rape,
even if it's in father, me and the father, we'll fight.
I can't imagine. But actually, I want you to just share your story.
Okay.
And what age did all this started for you? What did this start for you?
Okay, in high school, I discovered my sexuality pretty early. I realized that, okay, I might be attracted to girls, and there are some guys that didn't believe that or didn't understand that completely and thought that, okay, yes, it would be fun to try and turn her out or convert her or whatever. So there are people that would try and feel me up at school when I just started growing breasts and stuff in high school. I was probably in 14 or 15. And I went to somebody at the school, a high up teacher, like probably the dean of discipline at the time. And I was just like, oh, you should be lucky you're getting attention from boys with boys. Just, just ignore it or stay out of their way or whatever. And at the time, I was young and I didn't have anybody to talk to about these things. So I was just like, okay, I guess it's a normal thing. I guess, this happens to everybody and I should feel lucky that, I'm attractive enough. So while that was happening to me, like, it really lowered my self-esteem. And it was an everyday thing at school until it got to a point where I didn't really want to go to classes and I couldn't explain to my mom why I was missing classes. And sometimes I just pretend like I was sick and I'd be in the bathroom with my friend, just trying to, not be around certain people. Because these are people that that in my classes, I see them every single day I go to school. And it didn't get past feeling up over clothes, which I'm grateful for. But eventually, like, probably when I was 19 or so, I had a serious boyfriend for the first time. And this is somebody that I introduced to my mom. My sister knew him or whatever. And he decided to cheat on me. That's not the point of the story. I said, okay, no, this is it for me. I'm breaking up. And he's like, no, you're mine. We're meant to be together forever. You can't make a bond come between us. I'm like, excuse me? Yeah. So one day he came to my house and he was just like, he drove at the time. Because a big man for me. Yeah. At the time I was a lot smaller than I was. Yeah. And he was larger than I was. And I thought I was attractive at first. And then when we broke up, I was just like, this is scary. This person knows where I live. He can come to my house anytime. And it got to a point where I was hiding in my house. And one day, he was just like, oh, and he jumped the fence and was just like, I'm outside and I'm here. I just want to talk. Just talk to me and I'll leave. So I went outside and I talked to him. And just like, okay, come close. I'm like, no, I feel comfortable.
The distance.
And he grabbed me and he was like, stop. And he's just like, oh no, you like this. We've done this before. We've had sex before. Why are you doing this? You can't say that because we're done, attraction is gone. And he just held me down and he did what he did. And the entire time it was happening, it felt like an out-of-body experience. Like, it wasn't me that it was happening to. Like, I couldn't believe, even afterwards, I didn't cry. I was just like, that's just a weird movie I watched a while ago. That's so weird. Why did that happen? And then, at first I thought it was me. I was the one that, like, okay, maybe what I wore was the problem. Because I went out to him in my house clothes, because I'm a yard man there. I'm just like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, maybe just so in love with me that he can't. I was making all sorts of excuses for him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Because this is somebody that I know and that I cared for, and I can't believe that they would do that to me. They'd violate me like that. And I made all kinds of excuses. I didn't tell anyone for a whole year. I was just like, okay, that didn't happen. I just wiped out of my memory completely. Recently, I thought about it and I was just like, okay, speak to this person and try to figure out if they're sorry for what they did or what. And he was unapologetic. He genuinely thought that it was his right.
Yeah, this is what I hate about them. They feel that because you were with them, they have every right to have the obligation to have sex with you.
I don't own your body. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to realize it, and I see a lot of cases like these. The man then would take the girl and got a part of them and get them drunk.
And
not
just have
in
sex
the
with
right
them.
frame of mind. You have sex with them and you can maybe say, oh, but she did wet. That means that she wanted it.
Yeah.
Sir, that, like there's a lot of these cases that may slip on the timeline. And may I say, so these things are happening and these men are out here frolicking, jumping up and down in other part of them, all these things, and them friend them know about it and nobody can say, dog, that was not right. Let me tell them this, no matter where, don't you ever feel like you're supposed to be blamed. Like, if you even decide to go and party in a panty or brassiere, that don't give us the right to force ourselves onto you. You're not to be blamed in no way, shape, or form. You're not.
Recently, I was seeing someone, and I still don't feel comfortable with that because it's extremely recent, like before my
Correct.
Yeah, I was seeing an older person because I thought that old people are more mature and they're more respectful of boundaries. During sex, and we practice safe sex, we use condoms and so forth. He whispered in my ear, I took the condom off. Hope you're okay with that. I'm like, no, and he kept going. I was just like, stop, please. And it's like, no, but you're enjoying it before. What's going on? I just took out the condom. It shouldn't be a big deal. If you're my girlfriend and I'm your boyfriend, it shouldn't be a problem. If you love me, why are you making such a big deal? And the person would not come off of me. I couldn't. I was so close to tears, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction of seeing me cry. I just take time.
But for you, Ashley, with all these cases, all these instances, did you have somebody that you can speak to?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I have friends that understand everything, and they may not have been through it, but they are so helpful. They are so strong, like for me, because whatever I go through, they feel it too, and they try to help in any way that they can in terms of probably mental health outings. Like, okay, two of us just go out and we just go look at something nice, or we go and have a nice meal together, because that's how I process things. I have to just go on with my life. I haven't sought therapy because I was afraid of the stigma attached, because people say, oh, only mad people.
It was the same thing on the podcast episode. I don't know if you watched it, but it's exactly what I said. And I said, when I started therapy, it wasn't anything that me can say, it was because of this. It was, there's a various amount of different things. But I just realized that
expensive.
Right, and it's expensive, so make excuses. But if we can go out and we can buy a bottle, you can't spend the same money upon a therapist. And this is why I try to get our generation as much as possible.
But that's like you don't have to even spend on therapists, because there are clinics that actually.
Yeah, whenever you get, I spoke to someone when I got tested recently, and it was actually very enlightening and very helpful. You guys should go get tested.
Where are these people though? Where are these men? Especially for you, Ashley. Because these things happen, well, both cases happened pretty recent, and these guys were men who you were with. Which part of them did? End up on the road just to live them life.
Yeah, and they're
probably the same thing to other
still out there, probably trying to target people my age. And they don't think that anything is wrong, no matter how you try to talk to them, because trust me, I try and say, okay, look.
And not even an apology. Not even an apology.
Nothing. They just think that it's their right, and you can't convince them because they're grown men. And I think it's a case how they got to that point was that they were coddled as boys and young men. So, oh, boys with boys, you can get away with this, you can get away with looking up women's skirts, and you can get away with copying a feet. Yeah. Them
forces. Yeah, man. It's a boy, man. Make him do it, man. You're training this boy to be a rapist. Yes. Miss Susan and Mr. Kirk, we're not training us on them to be rapists, and I not even know. Yes, there's just random names. Yeah, like we're not training us on them to do these things, and I not even know that you're making it seem as if that it is normal. Like you guys are normalizing rape from a younger culture. I don't even know.
Push heterosexuality so much that they're forcing young boys to become sexualized at a young age. Like, how can you have a little boy there and big woman a wine pony?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, and in shows as well, you have.
I'm gonna talk about show, but I don't know which one I go.
The 365.
No, I haven't watched it. I was saying.
How far we're going to record Martin? Okay. Let me ask. Well, I asked before we started to shoot. I'm gonna kind of go on a little lighter thing for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have not seen the movie. Well, you watched it, but just the sex scenes.
Just for the sex scenes.
Because I mean, the sex scenes were kind of about the premise of the movie. Right, and for those who haven't seen it, this man is in love with this woman for whole heap of years. And he say, him create this whole fantasy in her mind that when he got shot and almost died, she was the image he saw and all of that. Cool? And he kidnapped her. So she come in and told. So, like when Denise come from Portworth, they don't have to big up Portworth. So, she came in his town, in his city. He kidnapped her. But the man rich, you understand?
It's a mafia.
Yeah, so man rich and all these things. And he kidnapped her and forced her to fall in love with him within a year. So he used his possession and all of that to fall in love. And I mean, yes, the sex scenes were nice and everything. And, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here, but we have to look on the backstory.
That he kidnapped
He
her.
kidnapped this girl.
Syndrome?
It is Stockholm Syndrome. It is. So he kidnapped this girl. He even tied her up and have sex in front of her with another woman.
Yeah, another girl was
chain her up. And because
another girl was giving him head.
I know what the directors are going to say, but he did say that I'm not going to have sex with you without your consent. Mm-hmm. Listen, sir, the fact that you kidnapped this woman and you forcefully, that no business you could have tell her, I said, listen up, if you don't want to have sex with me, you don't have to. That don't negate the fact that this is
right.
Rapey. This is very, very rapey to me. In my eyes, it's rapey. If the man is ugly and broke, the one owner that get up and then cuss and say, oh, what kind of movie is this? But what kind of man have
money?
And money.
Okay.
And I feel like this is right.
It'd be okay if it was role play.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
But then even one part of the movie, he was fondling her breast.
Yeah, and she was enjoying it and they were in a party together and his hand was up in her dress and
all
she
these
was,
things. So it's kind of like, I am teasing you until you can say yes. Go ahead and let's have
that's
physical
going
sex.
on and that's...
Men like that. I think that I'm going to say all of you men on my timeline who was raving about sexual abuse and molestation and being rapey and all these things, that is borderline rapey, miss. And you need to look into yourself. Because when you can't say this on one hand and then for the next hand, it's the next thing and I say, that don't make no sense to me.
It's okay if it's in a fantasy. If it...
Right.
And if it's from somebody that you have an attraction for.
Right.
It's okay in that sense, but if it's a case where you don't want it.
But no just mean no.
Fine.
And I feel like sometimes as men, we tend to doing the act. It's like all of the whatever them in your body. Right?
But then when a female
when somebody say no, I feel like some men it's like a trigger to say,
yes.
oh man, yeah man, she wants it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
you go even more and more. So we convince ourselves sometimes that, man, like she just say no because she really wants it.
But
we need to stop it. No means no. And if you stop in the moment and say, do you really mean that I should stop? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you feel like go back to the drinking and getting the girl drunk thing, because that is what I say a lot of women
because that actually happened to me also, I went to a party and there with my friend. Something always happened on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
New Year's Eve crosses.
Big crosses. And going to a party with my friends and I'm drinking and, enjoy myself. And time to go home now. Friend I carry me home and say, can we stop at another party? So I said, no man, I want to go home. I'm tired, I'm drunk and I don't feel feet and I'm more on the side. No, just 15 minutes. I said, alright, fine. 15 minutes is okay. Go, just never feel comfortable, just want to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, alright, then I want to use the bathroom. And he came to use the bathroom. I'm coming out now. And he's like, persons who know me back then when I was doing promo, they would call me Nisha. So I was like, Nisha, you know, a long time I like you, and you know, say I want you from a long time. I said, brother, I like I consider you as a close friend, like you're my brother. I'm like, look up to you like that. And he might say, I know that, but just give me a one. I said, no. So the fact that I'm drunk, you're taking advantage of me.
Facts.
Right? And then you got grab me, and then you just decide you must just insert a dick inside of me without my permission. And I can't do anything about it because I don't know to them many is that them strong and I know there's some female weak. I couldn't do nothing about it.
And use that to them advantage.
Yeah, and blackouts. Primary school to high school.
I know again and again.
Yeah, and it's a constant. No, for me it was a constant thing. Because my mom went through it, my sister went through it, and my adopted mom went through it.
But if your mother went through it though, my thing is this: why she couldn't even be more understanding when you even you came to her and she experienced this whole traumatic.
I think back in those days.
It was normalized.
It was. I don't know if it was normalized, but back in those days,
I know that they
never help or anything. But when my grandmother knew about it, the person that raped my mom was her cousin, and my grandmother went to him, right? And when my grandmother went to him with a cutlass and said, "Yo, if you touch my effing daughter one more time, me I chop you." And from that, him see my mother on the left, him take the right. And it's not even mine. And a lot of persons never know this. This one, it really took me to heart because I'm going to cry. This one is a near death one. Like, into Portmore, I was dating this guy, and the taxi that I took, it had me, another female, and the driver and another male. And he took another route, back road. And you know me really, I said, but back road, the taxi no drive back road side. And then tell me what I carry with a gun, put it on my side and say, "Gonna make a nice, gonna kill you." It's with head down. And he would say, "Yo, let's take off your clothes." And I say, "God, I hate this enough. I hate this." The driver was at the front. Honestly, he was at the front. And he was a part of it too because both of them raped me. And I couldn't run because if I run, they might shoot me. I might play dead. They might show me a seat or something. I might say, "Look how much I could reach my date right or something." And then left me at Portmore, drive, give me my phone. I met someone in Omega reach home. My male best friend he lived for Edgewater. I called him as in to come for me and carry me home. I told my mom that part and she legit, I told her that and she legit broke down and cried. She cried and she's like, "You one can't go through so much things like this." I've been through it. My friends tell me that.
You're stronger than you think. No, trust me, you're stronger than you think you are.
My friends tell me that.
To leave your house every
No man, you're stronger than you think you are. Because, if little normal me, I go through something, a day maybe not be going good, I'm just totally out of it. Imagine you've been going through this so many times. You need to feel like, no man, clearly this must be me. You know what I'm saying? But you're stronger than you are. Trust and believe me. I don't know you personally, but Denise, who's here.
Big up Denise.
You actually don't know about that, I have a blog, and I wrote, it was the sexual assault. I wrote a blog about my childhood.
What's your blog name so we can make people them go watch it?
No, it's a
or read it.
It's,
You know, tell a blog name, man.
Memoirs of Trixie.
Memoirs of Trixie.
I wrote about my childhood. And then I wrote about my sexual abuse. The first one was, I don't know if it was heavy for everybody for the first one, but I think the second one was heavy because when Denise read the second one, she didn't know about the Poma one. And she hasn't really said anything to me about it. But I know for a fact that she wrote down. And then after the second one, I wrote about depression and suicidal. And she read it, but she's not going to come to me and say anything.
We just know say.
But I know that when she tweeted it, she felt some type of way. Because every day she comes with it, Trixie, you're very strong. All of my friends.
You are. To even put that in writing.
Yeah, it was heavy because person came to me on Instagram and they were like, you are so strong. I can't believe you actually wrote about this.
And I thank you for even writing about it because there are a lot of women and men who are going through the same thing that you're going through and they don't have a voice. They don't have a medium to channel all of that.
It took me.
So thank you.
Thank you. It took me years to actually wrote about it. Years. And with the whole COVID thing, I was like, I got to write about my story. At least I can help somebody, you know? And then when person come to me and say, you really helped me because I've been sexually abused and I'm waiting on the person to come to me and apologize. I'm like, baby girl, you're not going to get an apology.
If I don't ever wait one,
you're not going to get it.
Trust me.
And I told her that you can actually go to therapy. You might not do it now, but take your time and actually go to therapy because it actually works. And that's I've been to therapy. I'm still going to therapy.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. It helps because I'm still triggered by it.
What is it like, the whole experience going to therapy?
They're not going, it's dark. They're not going to let you just sit down and just let out everything one time.
Right.
It's going to take a stage.
And that's what I like.
You're going to like, oh, what's it mean? What do you do for fun? And your age and
really
stuff.
Get to know
you get to know you. And then you just start talking.
More comfortable.
Yeah.
Do you find it easy to open up to somebody that you don't know like that about your personal life and the things that you've been through?
My first no.
Yeah.
But after a while, it gets easier.
Yeah, it gets easier.
It gets easier. And then, like, when you're in the moment, that after it gets easier, I find it, I don't know about you, but I find it that, you talking to somebody that you don't know, you kind of open up more. Once it's somebody to, that is a professional too, you kind of open up more and then you get more comfortable. It's just it clears the mind. If you cried in a session, you just know, it's like you're releasing a lot of things. But trust me, when you reached out to me, I tell you, it's like this alignment.
During that age thing, I saw it, I was like, I know what they're talking about. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I end up doing it. And I see everybody was like, this is so cool. Because person that I see on my timeline that I never expect, I'm like, wow.
I found out online that my sister went through it. And I bawled like a baby, like it was me. And I didn't know. This is somebody that I grew up with, was sleeping at the same bed. And we did not know that she went through this. And she is the strongest person that I know. And she's younger than me. And the fact that she put up with that and she did not say a word. She didn't even cry. I hope that, she is doing well mentally because I'm barely over the experiences that I've been through. And even just participating online with the age thing, I was shaking because it's like I don't want people to know this about me. I feel like they're gonna see me different because even when I was telling my current partner that I've been through this and I've been through that. I was afraid that he was gonna judge me.
Yeah.
Even though I did nothing wrong. And I don't know where that
about
stems
to ask
from.
that question though.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly. How does all these experiences, does it affect your relationship?
It affects your relationship.
Because when I was dating my ex and I tell him, it's like you don't really too understand the situation, but it comes with depression also. My only come with a whole lot of depression.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, that the by the snap of fingers, you can get over it. It's not that easy.
And that's the thing, you know the funny thing, and that's why I believe so much in alignment and universe and energy and all that too. Before, and I'm not going to behave like like before, like me seeing this, clearly my heart goes out to everybody. But sometimes when things don't happen to you personally, you don't know the effects of that. So you don't really understand. And it's just so funny, as I said, I just happened to be told this about my family member a day or two before all of this excitement. So you see, when I was told about it, and then when I see it now, it mashed me up, I tell you the truth. Like, it really mashed me up. And, so thank you to both of you. And I know, say, really and truly, like, when maybe I think about it and be like, me telling my story, people may look at me and want to victimize me a lot and blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you this. If it's just one person, I say this all the time. When I do videos like this, who's more serious, if it's just one person, it can help.
Yeah.
But really and truly appreciate it. Because this is your truth. And this is what makes you...
And it needs to be heard because Jamaica, what I realized with Jamaica puts sexual abuse at the back burner.
Because it happens so frequently.
Yeah.
And so often.
Nobody fleets on it.
Nobody talks about it.
I don't know why.
It's a case where we're either protecting abusers or we're trying to silence.
Protecting the abusers.
We're silencing the voice of the abused because it doesn't look good or they'd rather not believe the person that has been abused because the abuser probably is somebody of influence. And if it isn't,
but there's a lot of persons that are influenced that abuse girls like me.
Always.
And
the first thing I realized, once somebody comes out and speak about an abuse situation, the first thing is she sure.
Yeah.
She sure sensitivity.
You sure you never want to give it to me
or she lying.
Yeah. Why?
Like you can't believe that's it.
Why?
That person actually do something like that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not swear for nobody. So when I see these stories on my timeline, and if it even involved anybody that I know personally, I'm gonna check my friend. I'm gonna say, brother, what kind of story this? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, no man, me know my friend and my friend now do this. The first thing I would have done, I'm gonna link my virgin personally, come on, I'm gonna do it on the timeline. You understand? But I'm gonna link my friend personally first and be like, dog, what is this? You get me? Because sometimes we always say, no man, me know my virgin. Do you know my virgin now? Oh, you know. Again, these situations, it varies. Not because, so a woman telling you no, that means no. And if you forcefully have sex with this woman, you raped her. I don't care if you and her could have talked, we could have date, we could have just break up, we could have married, we could have go to one party.
Yeah, and I realize that persons who are married, you feel because you're married to her, you're obligated.
No, you're not. You're not.
No,
you are
you're
not.
not obligated, no.
You are not. But just any last words for any, I don't want to say survivors. Survivors is kind of so, and I don't want to say victims, but any last words
but
for
that's
anyone?
That's what
we are.
Yeah.
Survivors.
But any last words for any survivors, men and women, and it's anything that you would like to say to these people. And for the look at dirty pussy them, I did it something.
Stay strong. Try and reach out. Don't keep it to yourself.
Please don't.
There is no way that one can handle that amount of
heaviness,
pressure.
Nope.
What you've been through is not your fault.
It's not.
It's never your fault. You didn't ask for it. No matter what you're doing, nothing. And don't feel ashamed to speak to somebody about it. It could be a stranger or anything. They even have hotlines, right?
Yeah, man, they do have hotlines and they do have a lot of counselors and things. can speak to for free.
And if you don't feel like you have anybody you can talk to me.
Yeah.
Find me.
I mean, I'm open to, as per usual. Trixie, any last words?
As I should say, stay strong, guys. We are here for you. Me personally, me come like one therapist. You can sit down and talk to me, but just listen. You can go to a therapy. It might not have to be no, but whenever you're ready. Right? It's never your fault. It's not the clothes that you wear.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm just like, be strong, y'all, guys. It's hard, but you have to just be strong.
Right. And can you guys just tell us your handles? We can find you. Just from Ashley, you can go first.
I'm at _ the Desert Rose on Twitter and Ashley Alvaranga on Instagram.
Okay.
Runisha on Twitter, Runisha on Instagram. As Kareem said, my blog is More of Trixie.
And how will spell your handle?
RUDENIESHA.
Okay, thank you. And again, this is a whole heap of emotion,
Yeah. I mean, never expect for cry, but
no
when
man,
you cry,
crying is
it's
healthy.
heavy.
There's a lot of emotions in one. This is why I wanted to do this episode. I definitely, even before I saw it, I wanted to do it. And when I see it, and I saw it, it really and truly just confirmed that, man, definitely have to do it. So I must thank you guys for coming. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
Just sharing a story alone, I know so that can help at least one person, which is very much important. Again, people DM me for all sorts of things all the time. And sometimes before I even start to give my advice, I say, listen, I'm not a therapist, but this is what I think, This was a refreshing episode. It's a serious thing. However, I don't want anybody who has been abused to be silent or don't speak up about it. You must have one digga friend where you feel like, say, you can share these experiences with.
It's a case where you don't have to share your story right away.
Right,
you're not obligated.
take your time.
It's your story, tell whoever you feel like.
Take your time,
If you don't feel like telling your parents, don't tell your
parents.
Right,
yeah. Take your time.
You can tell a friend. If you have a best friend, you can go to that best friend.
So if it's your friend, your partner, whomever, if you feel that you're comfortable or confident in this person, do so, please and thank you. Again, so the person who I did this episode for,
take a break.
Good one. Yeah, so the person who I did this episode for, just know say, I love you. And it's not your fault. You understand? I know you're gonna watch this. I know that for a fact. And just know that these tears are not because, myself, I'm not emotional at all. But it's me that the person really and truly is my heartbeat. Cool? And you didn't have to be silent for all these years.
That person is lucky that they have you as family.
Yeah, that you can actually come to and say,
the family that they were born into fail them, but you are there for them and they know that.
Yeah, man. Right. So, thank you for telling me. And, that pushed me to do this. And to the person that did this to you, because he's a family member of mine too, his days are numbered. Trust and believe me. I'm not just talk about just physical things, but God work out things in us. Yeah. And sometimes certain things happen to me and I would say, some of me could have done so. These are things. So for you, I'm not going to, say who the person is, but I love you. And for those who are going through this and feel like you don't have nobody else to talk to, you do. If you want to DM me, I can even recommend you or refer you to a lot of people, a lot of professionals who you can talk to. You're not to be blamed. You're not dirty. Don't make nobody tell you, say, you're not deserving. You're deserving of all great things. You get me? Men or women. Thank you for tuning in.
Wait, I have one more.
Yeah, come on, go ahead.
One more thing. I'm so sorry. Whenever they tell you don't talk about it or they tell you to be quiet or nobody's going to believe you, they're lying. There's somebody that will believe you. You need to find that person. keep sharing it until
please.
you get help that you deserve.
Please. Come on, please. Yes, so this is a wrap. Thank you so much. Big up the Bamcast. Big up Denise, who's here to support our friend. That's what a real friend is supposed to be. You don't know. For those who know, trust me, my friend, I'm gonna watch this, and Master Dog, I can't believe, say, I watch about AI because me not show emotion from the internet. But me not show emotion than at all. But that person they really and truly have my heart, and you were silenced, and that's why I am here. That's why I'm in your life. So this episode is dedicated to you and to all other survivors, men and women. You are worthy. You're not to be blamed. You're not dirty. Please do not blame yourself. Until next time, my name is Karim Boyatings. Have a wonderful week.